All right, so over the past few weeks, everybody's hyping up SPX6900. Is it a pump and dump? Is it run by the cabal, or is it the next big thing? The cabal usually like to buy something up. They buy it up here. They shill it to you here. They let you get a couple percent in profit, 23.5% in profit. Then bam, they dump on your head top and you cry into eternity. Today, I want to jump into why SPX6900 is blown up, how I've already profited from it significantly, who the hell this guy is. He looks like Jesus. They call him memecoin Jesus. He says he doesn't like that title. I kind of think he does like that title. Today, we're breaking down everything from if you should invest into SPX6900, why it even happened, how it became so popular so quick, and why it's potentially on track to be the biggest new meme coin in 2024-2025. Obviously, this video is not financial advice. My name is BackToMaccies, based off the popular meme of you losing all your money and having to go back to work at McDonald's. If you take financial advice from a guy like that, you actually deserve to go back to Mackey's, not the Trump McDonald's as well. The Trump McDonald's is actually probably popping right now. It's probably fun to work there. You're gonna work at the Kamala McDonald's. So first, let's get started with a background on SPX6900 and Murad. This Murad guy has a bit of a history in crypto. We'll get to that in a second. Lots of new investors that are jumping in don't realize SPX actually has a history. It's not a new meme coin. As of making this video, SPX is trading at $856 million market cap. But the interesting part is when you switch to market cap and you come all the way over here to the left, back to the actual like inception of the coin. This thing existed for an entire year and wasn't doing bad. Now, here's obviously when it started to go parabolic, and the chart history here looks basically completely insignificant. But if you zoom in here, this was not a small meme coin, right? This thing launched at, quite a small market cap, like a 40K market cap, like any random shit coin. It ran up to about a 6 mil market cap, came back down to a mil market cap, again, ran up to 15, came back down, ran up to 30 plus mil market cap, or just touched about 30 mil market cap. That's a decent sized meme coin. That's not, some random one day pump and dump bullshit. Obviously, it's still trading like your average shitcoin, but this thing wasn't tiny, right? It wasn't a 10K market cap shitter. This initial year of trading provided the perfect foundation for what was going to come next. A guy who sniped the launch down here was able to flip here for a significant profit. A guy who bought the dip here was able to sell here for a significant profit. Obviously, there were other people who bought there that, actually just lost and ended up selling here. So the price action provided the perfect foundation for people to just get out. And the only people remaining were the cult-like holders and, of course, the people who bought the 30 mil market cap top. It provided an incredible area for all the people who didn't actually believe in the token to essentially get out with either a crippling loss because they bought up here or a significant profit because they bought down here. Then this chart history just gets completely flatlined as it absolutely goes parabolic. Now, also, this provided an incredible window for the creatives to come in and start building a bunch of memes. There's no substance to the meme coin, right? There's no promise of some tech utility that they're building. There's basically nothing there. So what is there? What does make up the substance? The videos, the pictures, the media, the actual content itself. That year gap provided tons of time for people to step in and start making loads of essentially propaganda. The pictures, the videos, the memes that would then be shared by the rest of the community all over social media. This 12-month window might play the biggest role into why SPX6900 has now gone parabolic. That's actually one of Murad's top reasons for investing in this token. We'll get to that shortly. All of this is happening for 12 months straight. Then boom, this guy, memecoin Jesus, steps in. Murad was already a figure in crypto. He ran a fund, built a DeFi project. He had been in crypto since 2013. So he was already a semi-notable figure, but he was about to become the main character. Token 2049 was coming up in Singapore, and he was about to hit the stage and do a presentation. Murad presented a very solid case for how in an industry built on speculation, all of it's speculation, people are usually building a tech product, but what percentage of the holders actually use the tech product? Very minimal. They're just investing in the token, thinking other people will think the tech that the company's building is cool, and the price will go up and they'll sell for a profit. 90% of people have no real interest in actually using the tech. So in an industry built on speculation, Murad made a case in this presentation that meme coins are the truest form of crypto. There's no tech that people pretend to believe in order for the price to go up. People are literally just there for the price to go up. Fun fact, it was this presentation that made me aware of who Murad was. I followed him and I bought his top picks. And over the coming weeks, it turns out I wasn't alone. This presentation went viral, getting more views than even Vitalik, the founder of ETH's presentation at Token 2049. It blew the hell up. Murad's following doubled or tripled. I think I followed Murad when he had 120K, 130K. Now he's got, close to 400,000 followers. In the crypto space, especially considering we haven't really seen mass retail entering again, that's pretty significant follower growth to say the least. But this presentation alone didn't exactly solidify Murad's status as the main character. It was what came after it that did. I highly encourage you to go watch the presentation. It was great, but he talked about a bunch of tokens in the presentation. Although all of them are up 2-3x, none of them have done as good as SPX6900. So what makes SPX6900 unique? Murad breaks down a set of ingredients a meme coin must have to be classed as a cult and become truly successful. The first was community resilience. He prefers a coin with strong, engaged communities, especially those still vibrant and active despite price dips. Remember, SPX has been around for an entire year at this point when Murad starts finding it, accumulating it, and then ultimately talking about it at token 2049. Before it goes parabolic, there was an extensive window down here for anybody who didn't believe and care to get out, and for all the people who did believe to stay in. This created an extremely vibrant community, and they did see significant price dips, as we've talked about. Boom. Of course, some unlucky guy obviously would have sold the bottom. He couldn't have handled it. He needed some money for gas or whatever the case may be, but a ton of people stuck in. This built an extremely strong community. He also had a look at the decentralization and the distribution. He looks for coins with decentralized ownership and no single entity or cabal dominating the supply, preferring organically distributed tokens. This SPX6900 meme happened organically. People organically drove the price up, and organically drove the price up. And then, as a result, a lot of early buyers took profits and organically drove the price down. It was organically distributed, and it was a real meme coin. The people got behind it. They thought the meme was funny. They made a bunch of content, and that leads us on to our next point: emotional and psychological appeal. He looks at how a coin can generate inspiration per capita to gauge the potential of free, dedicated work from community members. What that means is that people like the coin, so they naturally talk about it. They naturally spend time making videos about it. They naturally spend time making memes and pictures and media and then posting those on social media. Calls, key opinion leaders and influencers and big crypto Twitter guys and big crypto YouTubers think it's funny, they like it, so they organically talk about it. They organically make content around it. They organically spread the word about it. Things that actually would cost potentially, tens of thousands of dollars if a project came to them and wanted to pay them to make a video or pay them to make a tweet. They're doing all this stuff for free. So this cult-like community essentially leverages free labor. Because people think the meme is funny, they like the meme, they will do things that traditionally they might charge a lot of money for. I'm sure there are designers and video editors who are usually paid, potentially hundreds of dollars an hour, who just because they thought the meme was funny, have decided to do loads of free work. That right there is the inspiration per capita aspect of this that I think is extremely genius, because it really just leverages people's free work that would normally cost a ton of money. Finally, endurance through time. This is why he doesn't like to invest in tokens that are new, and he prefers coins that have survived at least 6 months with multiple dips, as it indicates a battle-hardened community and a diamond hand mentality. We've already showcased here how in this entire year, there was plenty of times for people to get out, and there was tons of dips. Now, although some unlucky soul sold the bottom of this, you bet your ass there was a bunch of people who didn't. And this essentially creates the perfect environment for the believers to slowly get in and essentially establish a floor, and all the people who pussied out and sold at the bottom have left. It really only creates one direction that it can go. That then was very apparent over, I suppose, the coming weeks, as the price went absolutely parabolic. When Murad found SPX6900, it had all of these kind of core elements that he looks for in a meme coin, and he rated it 29 out of 30 on his criteria list for meme coins, mentioning that it actually checked almost every single box for a successful cult-like community coin. So now what you've been waiting for, the potential performance of SPX6900. This is the part of the video where I re-emphasize my name is BackToMaccies, based on the popular meme that you're gonna go broke and have to go get a job at McDonald's. Don't take financial advice from me. But here's what I think regardless. I think SPX6900 is going to $10 billion market cap. Now, that's actually a baby target compared to what Murad and the rest of the SPX community think. Murad says a $100 billion valuation is conservative, and he says there's people in the community who even are looking for a $400 billion or higher valuation. I think that's absolutely outrageous. I just don't think that's going to happen. Do I think there is a chance that this thing sends to 50 bill, 60 bill, 70 bill? Potentially, right? I mean, Dogecoin went to what, like 80, 90 bill at the all-time high last cycle. Can this flip Dogecoin? I don't know. No meme coin has ever flipped Dogecoin. Potentially, it's possible. So having said that, my $10 billion target seems pretty light. Now, 10 billion is actually only a humble 12.5x from here. The market really hasn't heated up. The bull is already rolling, right? The bull has started rolling with SPX. You can see down here, it's chilling. These dips, these pumps, this was a significant pump right here, right? It gets completely erased. The chart absolutely can look like that again. The ball is already rolling, so it will keep going, right? At the very least, this thing will go to a few bill. Potentially, it runs up to 10 plus. There's also big risks that I'll talk about shortly, but for the time being, let's just go ahead and create the bull case for it, right? Murad is a new cult figure in the space. There will be a Murad effect. People will come into crypto, they'll see Murad, they'll hear about the story of how he called this thing from the absolute bottom and then absolutely sent it. And in my opinion, SPX is the most relatable meme coin because everybody's boring granddad has shilled them the S&P, and they tell him, hey, put $500 a month in the S&P. Within 20 years, you'll be worth $1 million. Within 30 years, you'll be worth this amount of money. And the kid says, I'm a kid. I don't care about what you're saying. The kind of like awareness factor of the S&P is massive. And this is basically just a funny version of it. There's also a very funny side reality where anybody in traditional finance who types in $SPX and looks for the ticker on Twitter is actually having their feed hijacked by SPX6900. So it has a big marketing factor where there's tons of people who look at the ticker SPX because it stands for the S&P 500, the real one, and they're just getting bombarded and their feeds hijacked. Now, major risks of SPX 6900. There is going to be extreme volatility, massive volatility that can shake you out. And this is actually one of the biggest reasons why people usually can't stomach meme coins. This right here, if you caught the bottom, was a 11,000, or let's go ahead and take it to the absolute top, was like a 12,000, 13,000% gain. Then there was a 94% drop, a 96% drop. So if you put $1,000 in, at this point, you're left with $40. Heartbreaking for some. So the extreme volatility creates an environment where a lot of people get shaken out. They just naturally do. Like before this absolute pico parabolic rise happens that we can't even measure it. I'm scrolling up forever. I can't even find the top. I'm going to reset the chart because it's actually doing my head in. Quite literally, before Murad starts shilling it here, what actually happens? The chart goes down 73%. Volatility will shake a lot of people out. It's why I have a tips for investing section in 2 seconds. There's a big risk of pump and dump here. If this thing does go to my $10 billion target, which again seems to be kind of conservative compared to what other people think, it can very much so wick up there and just come straight back down. The pump and dump factor on this is outrageous, and if you miss that, it leads you to think it's going to go back there, so I should stay in the token. Then it just keeps falling and falling and falling and falling and falling, and then you end up cashing for a loss or a very minor profit. You don't feel good about it. There's also a big fact that regulatory concerns exist. Someone could come in and try and shut this down. Wall Street could come in and regulate meme coins. They could try and shut this particular coin down. Tether could get investigated. We already saw what happened the other day when some actual fake Wall Street Journal article came out saying Tether was being investigated, USDT was being investigated, the price dipped. If something real like that comes out, it could absolutely shatter the more speculative assets like this that don't have any real tech behind them. Having said all that, let's talk about some tips for investing in SPX 6900 responsibly. Do your research. Go watch the Token 2049 presentation yourself by Murad. Make up your own opinion. Go through his Twitter feed. Make up your own opinion. Go into the community. Make up your own opinion. Have a look at the memes. They're pretty cool. I mean, to be honest with you, the memes are actually pretty sick. But do your own research on the rest of it and make sure that you don't invest more than you can afford to lose. This is classic crypto stuff. Don't get hyped up thinking, oh my goodness, this guy whose name is BackToMaccies told me it's going to $10 billion market cap. I'm an absolute idiot. I've been through 3 crypto cycles at this point. I've made 6 figures, lost 6 figures, made 6 figures, lost 6 figures. I made it all back again. I have a pretty patchy track record, to say the least. I'm no Warren Buffett. You definitely shouldn't take advice from me. That's the video done and dusted. Comment meme coin Jesus if you enjoyed. Follow me on Twitter. I'm going to give away some free bags of SPX 6900 and a bunch of other meme coins. This channel is brand new. If you enjoyed, tell me in the comment section as well. I want to pump out more videos. And again, come follow me on X. That's where the party is. Peace.